Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta in our resistance run. This is the beginning of a new stream, continuing the run. Between streams, I did go ahead and check what the break point is for being sort of locked in total war on this difficulty, the difficulty I'm playing on. And it appears to be 160 before applying text. We have... I think interrogation is the tech we need to unlock the techs that raise that limit. So we'll be playing around a little bit with that. That should be coming up reasonably soon. It'll probably come during the stream. We got 111 out of the 160, so we can definitely build up our fleet. I was probably playing closer to like the limit for the next difficulty up, so I didn't need to play quite that conservatively up until this point. And I'm a little bit over. I think it's 80 for brutal. So we would have been at total war if we were in brutal, which apparently means we'd get a bit slacked. But as far as concerning these assignments, I think we've got these assignments assigned how we want them from last time. One thing I could potentially do to try to centralize America just a little bit faster is we could potentially start a war. If we picked a authoritarian nation, we could probably declare on the authoritarian nation that we start rivaled with. To get like a +1 or 2, which is an option. It's a tempting option. We might think about doing that because we get America up to 5, then we can focus pretty much just on mission control, finish up the last 9 mission control, and then go over a new environment like we're doing in China. Instead of doing oppression, which is doing oppression, instead of doing... Oh, well, yeah. To bring it up at 5, because we've got the resting point at 5, and otherwise we're just waiting for it to slowly rise. And then with that, we'll have to not have to do any more unrest reduction in America, hopefully. Going through the counselors quickly, taking a quick glance at the orgs in the marketplace. Mainly looking for orgs that I think are higher quality. Because we've got our org slots otherwise full. That makes it a little bit hard to evaluate them just at a glance. This guy's waiting to get up to 150 for untouchable. You're probably doing the same. You're probably waiting for the 150 for untouchable at this point. You... Probably just stacking security here, honestly. Get the security up to 25, and then probably grab famous, and there's enough for the famous, grab famous after that. Okay, the famous upgrade after that. Here we're grabbing 2 more points of security, and then it's untouchable. Here we're going for chief computer scientist, which is 64, and I think that's all the way around. You've already got 25 security, so on you, we're probably... I suppose I could grab more investigate so they can investigate for themselves. This is our assassin, so... could also stack more science, command, persuasion. This one's pretty much done. It's just grabbing the extras. Training perspective. So America is coming along pretty well. I think we've got the... If anything, probably over-adjusted with the inequality. Probably didn't need to get the inequality quite so low if we'd fix the democracy. Although then the army wouldn't help to suppress unrest. But as we fix that cohesion, we can move more and more of the American armies into Mexico to help stabilize Mexico. We still probably want to fix the unrest problems in Mexico. Actually, but that cohesion sitting around... The expectation sitting around 6. Maybe we can move on to something else. Temporarily. China needs to do lots of mission control. We're starting to work on China's inequality as well. Again, we want to get their resting cohesion up to 5. In fact, China is a rival to America, so I suppose we control China and America, we can have them declare war on each other. And they both, in this situation, I think we'd have to wait a little bit in China. We need to get China up over 2. But then they'd both get, I think, 2. for that war declaration. And then we could probably turn around and declare peace. Because that works, apparently. Probably we want the resting cohesion to be higher in China, so it doesn't start dripping back down. So that's the councilors, that's the nations we're working on. Canada is nice and stable. We're boosting knowledge in Canada at this point. And actually getting real close to the point where I need to stop boosting knowledge in Canada. I think the goal usually with knowledge is to get to 11, 12-ish. So we're just about hit 11. I think I'll take it all the way up to 12 because it is Canada. And when it gets merged into America, it'll help raise America's education. And then we're on to just raising the GDP, I think, at that point. Canada's going to utopian mode at this point until we may get orbital defense. If we get orbital defense, we'll swap Canada over to maxing that out and basically have Canada have the ion cannons everywhere to defend itself. Up in space, one option I can do is actually accelerate the rate when I'm upgrading the mines. I got enough stockpiled, other than interfering with the alien fleet doing its survey mission, its observation mission. Not necessarily need a lot of resources right now in space. I think we do want to get a colony ship up and work on getting towards Mercury. Either that, or one thing I can do is we got basically another 30 mission control we can use. All right, so use it all up, upgrading the mines, and or station-wise, taking stations in Earth orbit, specifically lower Earth orbit. The lower Earth orbits. Which does look like I'd have to be going after pretty much the servants and the protector at this point. We could potentially buy the Academy ones. So that's maybe something we should look into over the next couple cycles, is trying to buy up the Academy ones. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm gonna just commit. We're gonna go try to rapidly upgrade all the Mars mines we have. So to do that, select resistance. We're just gonna go through all of them and upgrade the settlement core. And then once the settlement core is upgraded, then we're upgrading all the mines. That will, in the short run, radically reduce our capacity to make fuel for our combat ships. So we're going to basically running stockpiled fuel at that point. Hopefully that's not too much of a problem in practice. Though the upgrade here shouldn't be having any effect. It's just going to be when we're upgrading the mines don't work. Alright, so it'll be, forget how many, like 1 month or 2 while the mines are down. And we did do some of the mines upgrades, so we'll probably have enough to cover the costs, just maybe not enough for large naval activity. Okay, so that looks like all the locations being upgraded. Just good to see. This is an example of a place that's already got the mine in the process of upgrading. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and we're going to confirm our assignments and let some time move. Oh, and we pay building head modules, the redneck gain. I think we pay ahead right ahead of time on that module upgrade.
Offering assistance.
So that's just upgraded 9 of them, so I went from 111 to 120. So that means I've got like a casual 20 more mission control that we can spend. No Pride's economic aid. That will probably be contemplating either on colony ship and or maybe some repossession ships, which will hook up with a bunch of Marines.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
But I want to get the mine upgrade done first.
People will come to our side.
That'll make us a little less vulnerable if the aliens come in knocking, blowing up the mines. Because each of the mines will be a little bit less important. Okay, that alien megafauna from earlier is cleared. That's good to see. That's maybe an argument towards making the China armies go hunt the xenoforms, so that we don't get another one of those. At least not right away. Yeah, the annoying thing with sending armies to hunt
Recon
uniforms,
complete.
or the uniforming, is that they sort of update spam you. They're coming to Low Earth. Nothing I'm concerned about right now. They're unlikely to be coming for me. Though maybe I'll pop up and see where they went. Okay, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. We don't care. I maybe care about screwing with Victor 203. When is your current mission done? September. We'll wait a couple months. That way, if it runs away from us, and I think it's going to run away from us, we get a little bit bigger reward for chasing it. Oh, we got a new one. Okay. Wasn't what I was expecting quite so soon. Okay. That was the one that just did that move. Move order back to where you were. Okay. So, probably gonna have you keep investigating alien activity.
Investigating alien site.
Standing by for orders.
And you... first, let's see if can we even say hi to the Academy? We can just straight say hi to the Academy. Okay, we'll go see if we can buy those habs off the Academy. Because if we can, we'll do that. Unlike repossessing the Protectorate and the Servant habs, the Academy still kind of likes us, so we can negotiate with them. They might not be willing to negotiate for what we want, which is a different problem, but we can negotiate with them. Okay, take me there. We're not going to send you to do that mission right away because we've got a xenoform being an issue.
Reaching out.
Okay.
Though our methods may differ,
You
we
selling
both wish to
habs?
safeguard humanity.
Forget what the habs are called, so we'll do a quick zoom out. There we go. They have Wilberforce and Donatello. So are you willing to sell me Wilberforce or Donatello? You are willing to sell me Donatello and Wilberforce. So the question then comes, can I afford them? Try to give them things that don't necessarily make them stronger at fighting us. For example, I don't really care if they have a flag bridge. Okay, that means they cost less mission control to manage their fleets. But that's a thing that the aliens care about, right? Is how much mission control you have. It's not a thing I care about. I don't care how much mission control the Academy has. I'd probably find the head grid drive. Picking up the research center. Probably the same thing. Light bulb. Light bulb might be a little bit pushing it because they'd be able to use that to drive around a little bit better. Maybe give them some metal. Oof. It's making it pretty expensive with that. That was a fair trade, so that's not like I'm overbidding by a lot. Okay, and that's with all the technology. Granted, we're picking up I think a fully built out tier 3 hab, orbital hab. So this is a lot of metal. We'll pick one up. We'll see where we are. Okay, so that gave us Wilbur, which is tier 3, and they barely put anything on it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's maybe not the brightest bulb in the set. They gotta. Okay, some of this is getting replaced. So replace the power plant with the solar array. Replace the second point defense with a solar array. We will go ahead and upgrade the first point defense to a layered defensive array. We need a dock, so we'll replace the construction module with the dock. Well, I don't need a dock. I want a dock. Let's be fair. I don't need a dock. We now have admin towers. I should use admin towers instead of the what's it called? The admin. Oh, it's not, you can only have one, so it doesn't show up on the list here once you build it. The admin module. We probably want a farm and a skunk works, and we're gonna need power to power that, and power to power the modules. And I've got 85 power to build for those modules. Okay, this won't fill up all the slots, but we'll go ahead and just slap in 2 energy research centers here. Because it's 12% more boost. It's also an energy research. Energy research is one of the ones we're going to want for a lot of the later drive techs, I believe. I think a lot of the fusion stuff is going to be like antimatter is energy, lasers, fusion. Those are all energy techs, and the power plants I think are all energy. The drives themselves might be space, but I'm working on neutronics, which we do need for the advanced fission systems, and we do want to go into advanced fission systems probably sooner rather than later. Working on coil guns. I'll probably try to build a coil gun ship. In fact, I'll probably make the coil gun ships the repo ships.
I will help them.
Okay, so we got one fighting the alien.
Offering assistance.
Advised mission in China. Yeah, you repeat and continue because he's giving a combat bonus to the Chinese army is why he's doing this. Which, if we're fighting xenoforms in China, is probably what we want. Maybe if we weren't hunting just the alien life forms, but the big kaijus we probably want to improve the firepower of the Chinese army. Okay. With that, the entire Chinese army is en route to deal with a semi-serious problem. There's the global research, atmospheric fighters. Trans-interface warfare is tempting to invest in. It's functionally a dead end, mainly so I can go ahead and upgrade the nations, like Canada, to have those surface orbital defenses. And in theory, then I could try to take control of the slot. Okay, we've got enough science at this point. I think we can try to control 4 slots. Or at least try.
Things are stabilizing.
The people will come to our side.
Oops. Xenoform moved. Okay, go chase this uniform down. No. Okay, back to fighting the Xenoform. Again, I think 5v1 we're gonna win.
We found something.
5v1 in our territory, we're gonna win. Science tour. Our scientists work better from prying eyes, or if we had a research campus or university, so that's tier 2, tier 3 pure science. We don't have that. I may eventually, once we're prepared for total war, we'll probably build some of those. We don't have any of that right now. Engineering positive. You're at Marshall Station. Are they at the shipyard? I think they're at the shipyard. They want to do through the shipyard. Okay, that's why there's no engineering gears there. And of course, we haven't started developing antimatter yet, so that doesn't exist. That's not an option. So okay, they work better from prying eyes. We get 2,000 science. Okay, adaptive FDI modeling is done. If we're gonna go lasers, we want laser engine. But we haven't necessarily committed to going lasers yet. We want like green arc lasers anyway. Not too worried about getting the bigger yields. Do I need more mission control? Not really. Magnetic laser, shipboard missiles. We should probably do the shipboard missile one. Yeah, let's go ahead and do kinetic or not guidance. Group terminal guidance. 10% missile damage. This is gonna sort of cross compete with targeted community project. But without that, I think or Xeno one, which would have competed with Hydra Interrogation. I want Hydra Interrogation to finish sooner. So. It's arrived in low Earth orbit. We'll go ahead and let it be for the moment. Okay, so that's one of the mines done. Close you. Time continue to advance. I'm gonna wait until June before I go poke the alien doing the surveillance mission. Because you're running till September. September is a decent click away. And then you're running till October. Yeah, so we're going to want to poke both those fleets. Either engage them and force them to run away, or destroy them. We're not in a rush to necessarily do that, but we do want to do that. And I think June's the time when I'm going to attempt to do that. Public campaign in China, we don't really need to. Public campaign in the United States. Probably where we're going to send you.
I will tell our story.
Ready.
Who can you steal from? The Protectorate. Okay, go nick one of their
No
projects.
secret is safe from me.
Actually, that's espionage.
I'm here.
We should probably have you do the steal then.
Tapping their knowledge.
Ready to go.
Instead, we could probably send you around, investigating people if we needed that. Wanted that.
You'll see what
Okay.
they're up to.
I don't think we want any of those. I am looking every once in a while at the admin ones just to see if there's any admin ones. The admin ones come in two flavors. They come in one that's less effective but provides money. And we are running a deficit, so it'd be interesting to maybe get something that would cost less to keep. You're waiting for 150. Okay. So no changes there.
Lending my expertise.
Lending my expertise.
Okay, repeat and continue because we're still finding that xenoform. Because this provides increased control point cap. Also economy, but increased control point cap, we do want to set that as a favorite so we can find it easier.
I'm in.
Exotic nanoware battery. Okay, well we might as well steal the progress towards it.
We have got some intel on our target.
We're not necessarily in a rush to do that. That might be interesting if we ever go like laser ships. Okay, so it's a 2 there. It might be more than 2, but time to start doing some upgrades. So, fission pile upgrade, nanofactory, and settlement. Then we got 93 power left over afterwards. We're going to want an admin tower and a farm. If we're putting research here, I probably want to put a skunk works here. So we'll probably do a heavy vision array, skunk works. And we got 120 power. It may also make sense to start giving these things fortifications, especially the ones with the nanofactory. So let's give this one a point defense. And then we got 81 power left. Could do the Dew energy again, but I think we'll do like life, materials, military again. Yeah. At some point we do info science. Once we get enough people in the orbit, I believe. Oh, think of it showing up. I probably have enough people in the orbit. This is an info requirement. Or is that the other one? I think it's the society one. The society one isn't showing up because we don't have enough people in the orbit. As we put more and more people in place, that'll change, but that's not changing anytime soon. Okay, so that's that one done. You've got like a day, 3 days. 3 days, 3 days. Okay, so I suspect the ones that finish are the ones that have the construction module. Yeah, you've got a construction module. I thought I had 3 of the construction module, but apparently I only had 2. Okay, that's fine. So, fission reactor upgrade, nanofactory, settlement mine. This one I didn't put the second fission reactor here. I think this is the one that got blown up. And then I recognized the second time fixing it that it only needed 1 fission reactor, right? So we can put a heavy one in that spot. Admin tower. farm. Skunk Works. Heavy fission reactor. Layered defense. This puts us back where we were with the last one. However, we got one more heavy fission reactor here, so we actually have more power. So I can splurge and do something that uses a little bit more power, like the energy reactor, energy center, the inverse center, and the xenoscience all used for me. So let's grab one of each of those. And then the rest are going to take like 3 more days. You can see the effect that the construction module does, which is very little. It doesn't affect, it's not a big one. The nanofactory does a little bit better at making things go faster, but it's still pretty small. You don't usually build them for construction speed. You build them for the ability to build locally. So if, say, I wanted to have another module in Mars system, instead of shipping from Earth, I can, because I have construction modules here, we can build locally. Like that's what you build them for. And then maybe if the nanofactory up, they also provide some money. But obviously, right now they're not providing us any
We've
money.
moved the needle.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Okay. So we're gonna go manage the place, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upgrades. Which tracks, because we just did 2, we did 9 total, so 9 minus 2 is 7. Like, that makes sense. Interesting, I don't have any... Okay, this will make the upgrading portion of it very easy. We upgrade that, rebuild that. I'm gonna go for 1 more nanofab. Which is the construction sector upgrade. Where's the nanofab on the list? There it is. Nanofactory. Obviously we're not in Earth orbit, so it's not running the economy bonus. That's what I was just talking about, which is allowed the founding of such and such from this location. Makes money. Doesn't make much money. It takes like 10 money though. Don't build this specifically for the money. There's better sources of money. This basically just turns water, volatiles, metal, and nobles into money. And it does a decent job of doing it, but that's not usually why you build it. Admin tower. Farm. Skunk Works. Heavy fission. Layered defense. And again, this is another one we've got 120. So we'll do an energy, an info science, and a xenoscience. Okay, and the rest of these we're just gonna really build up. This one we can see we got the double space science. We're gonna do the fission reactor upgrade, the mine, space, and space, which has got enough power for. Cool. Heavy fission, admin, farm, air defense, heavy fission, Skunk Works. We got 120, which is more than we need. In fact, that probably means I could have got away with the yeah, I could have got away with making the second, the last heavy. In fact, let's make the last heavy a regular one then. And then we got 80 to play with. We are doing info science stuff right now, so let's do info science. And we're doing xenoscience stuff right now, so let's do info science, xenoscience. Get those buffs higher. Yep, upgrade all the modules. There we go. And then heavy vision to power the admin tower, the farm, and skunk works. Oh, I might not put layer defense on the last one. It'll be fine. We don't need as many of those anymore. And we don't need to put them everywhere either. We do probably want the aliens, at least until we decide that we're going hard over the 160 limit. We want the aliens to be able to blow things up. And leaving places undefended will get the aliens to prioritize those undefended locations, usually, is my experience. Okay, so we'll top one of these in. We got just short of 140, so we can do 240s and a 20. So we'll do energy and info. Then we haven't been doing very much space, so I'll put the space one in. We'll want those eventually. And arguably, I'm probably overstacking the... At this point, I'm probably overstacking the percentiles. They're probably at the point where we'd be better off the generic, just raw science. If we had the mission control to pay for it. So when we're going to go basically hot war, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to go stack those everywhere, where we get new spaces. Admin, farm, skunk works. This is 32, so we can do a regular fission reactor array. And I can do another energy, and a Xeno, and a space. You don't have the power to upgrade that to a farm, so we'll ignore that one. So it needs upgrades, so we can upgrade all the existing modules. It's a good place to start. Fission reactor, admin tower, farm, and skunk works. Regular fission reactor. We'll do energy, info. We'll do it in space. 2 more to go. Upgrade the existing modules. Vision, admin tower, farm, and skunk works. Regular fission reactor array. Do energy, xenoscience. We'll do space again. And then the last Mars one. Upgrade all the modules. And you can see, we were almost up at 20 water income. We're actually negative on volatiles, and negative on metal. This will fix itself when the mines finish. Until then, we're running problems, right? So we do want to avoid sort of starting things that we can't necessarily follow up on right now. Admin, farm. I do hear all these admin towers are gonna... So, upgrading the mine is 50% more yield. Adding the admin tower is 5%. So this is like a 55% yield bonus. Plus a bunch of sites. So this is definitely... Short term probably gonna be... gonna cost us, but long term I think it's gonna be worth it. And we'll do like info... info Xeno and space. Okay, so that's everything upgraded here to 2. Once all that builds, so we just gotta wait for it to build.
Ready for orders.
Okay, oh, I had you sabotage, stealing a project. Now you can still sabotage. We'll go ahead and do a sabotage on the Protectorate.
I'm going
We
in.
may then turn around and do one of the servants just to see what we can sabotage. Okay, we're at the point where in theory we could do the war trick to get some more cohesion. I think China specifically probably needs its cohesion point to go up, which is what we're struggling with there. Less so its actual value. But otherwise I think we're fine there. We may get rid of the Xenoform in this cycle.
Offering support.
Abervolts are less likely to affect us. We're better off, or better able to resist disruptions to our mission control. Spins off a new org. Yes, yes, please.
Offering counsel.
Okay, space dock, that's fine.
Surveillance complete.
Project Exodus. Okay.
We've hacked the research data.
Coexistence Pact. Allows us to transfer terror to the alien nation. Alien attitude towards us at tolerance. We're able to update intelligence estimates on the alien regards. As a new org. Okay. We do want to delay that. Oh, got a bunch of science from them. Okay. From the... No! Wait. Steel... I don't remember doing steel, so that must be someone else. Yes, okay, so the... Servants just stole from the Protectorate, okay. Would have liked to have a bunch of science.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, oh, they're set to take control of it. They don't currently have control of the trans interface. Okay. And it's ping pong back and forth, so we'll see. Okay, alien megafauna dealt with. A lot of these I didn't actually cancel the Hun Xenoforms, so they're just going to go right back to doing that. There we go. So that's National Investment in Welfare. We're definitely doing that in China for quite a while, so it going 5% faster is good. We just get something we definitely did want to do, which is Devolved Space Command. Let's grab that.
Your orders?
You know, let's get you to contact Exodus, because we just
Establishing
figured out where they are,
contact.
so let's go say hi.
Standing by.
Just did a sabotage, I believe, on the Protectorate, so let's do one on the servants.
Breaching lab security.
Worst case scenario, it's the same person who did it on, we can do it multiple times, it'll be fine.
Initiating contact.
Okay.
Good luck
Hello?
saving the world.
We're not going to do
Just know
intelligence
that
sharing
we
with
have
them
other
because we have
plans.
intelligence sharing with humanity first. What do they got? They got advanced railgun batteries, which is tempting to potentially pick up. If we could just jump straight to advanced. They're doing solid core. I'm not too worried about solid core. Got the improved ECM. We don't have the tech yet to make that apply to the aliens, so I'm not gonna bother. I may try to pick up advanced railguns here. Say, give them prospecting. They might actually be really interested in grid drive, so we'll try to get them grid drive. Make them cheaper investing in nations. Welfare is not nothing to give them. Admin tower. This is looking less and less like a fair trade here. A little bit more. Okay, I can probably balance that with just a little bit of like boost. Fair trade. Okay. Because yeah, advanced railgun batteries. I can add that to advanced rail cannons. That would actually serve as a way to make a pretty decent ship.
Offering counsel.
I will help them.
Okay. We're not going to do a repeat there, because assuming no more kaiju spawn, we don't need you to do that anymore. We're using that to buff their capacity against the kaijus. The kaijus are gone, we don't need to do that.
They won't know what hit them.
Anyway, so this is, yeah, we did definitely hit the protectorate. Now this is the, or the servants. I think we want to hit the servants twice, because I'd like to hit targeting computer as well. Really, their targeting computer. In fact, we'll hit targeting computer first, and we'll come back for Hydra language on the second tab.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Yeah, we'll do nothing. At some point, we're going to want to merge the Koreas into China. So there's no point in damaging things that we're gonna own at some point. And you're done, so that's helped start to raise some of our resource outcomes. We were down at 3.4 negative there. We're now up to negative 2.3. Oh, and you're not even done being built. You just finished the upgrades. The upgrades are done. You still got the exterior bits to do. So there's still another 5% that's going to come from here, for example. And what, 5% tier 2 a month. It's not nothing. Oh well, that's the 1.5 plus a bit that I outcome. So it might not be 5% of that. Because that was showing the total yield, not the base yield. Though I don't know how the modifiers stack. The 5% might be a separate percent. So maybe it is 5% of that. Alien fleet launches for low Earth. Okay. We are... I think we're going to wait until the end of next month to go poke... Oh no, it's June. Let's go attempt to do a rendezvous with the aliens. We got Romeo 170. I don't think we'll be able to force a fight with Victor 206. Let's try. And then we'll send you after... after 203. One of them, I think, is doing a... Oh, no, this is a transfer vector. Sorry, I'm misreading that. I thought that was a, landing. I'm 206. Go after 203 instead. So we got one going after 203, one after 230, 203. And the reason for that is those are the guys doing the surveillance, and we want to interrupt the surveillance. Let's see if we can find a member
Tracking
of
target.
Standing by for
the
orders.
initiative. Oops. Any place that I care about having a unrest problem. China's getting close, and it's not stable, so I probably will need to do something there soon, but not right now. Mexico is the same boat as China. And you're arguably the same boat. Though, you're probably the least worth sending. Okay, so that means you're actually not going to go lower and rest. You're going to go fight the alien by getting rid of their plants. Probably in China.
We're going in.
Apparently we can add exofighters. We're not going to. Engage. They're willing to engage us. Okay, well, we're having space battle. Approach at max speed. It is a cruiser and a destroyer. Let's send... Yeah, basically that payload against the cruiser. And that payload against the destroyer. Get maximum time acceleration and let the fleet go. Torpedoes being fired at the first target, because it is closer. Oof. Okay, that hit harder than I was expecting. Cruiser is destroyed. Okay, so good thing we had a redirect from the first one to the second one. Most of the ships actually assigned to target the second one were destroyed in the enemy's opening valley. We technically won the battle. Heavy damage to the engines and the one survivor. Sometimes that's all you need. So we're probably going to need to look at getting some better armor. Victory has been achieved. Albeit at cost. Okay, second engagement. 203 is the older of the two fleets, so it's probably got worse equipment. We are going to engage if it's willing. It is willing. Battleship and destroyer. They do pretty similar to what we did before. Majority of the ships fire at one, the minority fire at the other. Torpedoes away. Now hearing the aliens' weapon fire. Yeah, this is definitely an older fleet. The armor is actually holding up. I say holding up and the ships start blowing up, but okay, first target destroyed. Follow through. Connecting with the destroyer. Okay. I think we actually have some ships with some ammo left. Yeah. Some ships with some ammo left. Still pretty heavy damage. And 2 victories back-to-back is probably going to trigger some alien response. Oops. Outside the window there. Launch the closest station. This is the one ship, so it gets there when it gets there. It appears, as much as I worried that it had engine damage, it didn't have enough engine damage to actually affect the engine after repairs, so it's underway. 197. You have some reports of some engine damage. Is this affecting the arrival? Pretty much not. It's arriving June the 2nd. That's close enough. One of our assets went silent, so we'll have to try to get a replacement.
Lending my expertise.
And they completed transfer and will begin repairs. Okay. So, surveillance interrupted. We took damage, which as time goes on, we're expecting to have happen more and more and more. At least until we can get more armor upgrades.
I have new information.
Okay, so we found that initiative
Couldn't
counselor
get
we're
to their
looking for.
data.
Ooh, rolled a 99. Let's try again. Apparently the servants are stealing from me, so this is mutual. Fleet launches for low Mars orbit. Okay, so yeah, we pissed the aliens
Public
off.
opinion
Here
is
comes the
moving in our
retaliation.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Okay, so it's suggesting go join Romeo 197. We're not going to join Romeo 197. We're going to go back up to our dock in medium Earth orbit. We'll have Romeo 197 actually come meet it once they're prepared. In the meantime, I should think about replacements. So, between 170 and 197, we've retained 2 of our larger ships and 4 of our smaller ones. Probably just makes sense to grab another, like 8 of the larger ones. Put those shipyards to use. Earth. Medium Earth orbit, we got 4 shipyards up there. They'll get done in 87 days, get the first 4 done. And depending on how quickly the retaliation comes in, I'll hold off putting the next 4 on until, you know, the first 4 are built. We did annoy the aliens, so they may come and slap us.
The LZ is secure.
Standing by.
Okay. You met the initiative, so we'll go say hi to Mr. Initiative.
Making contact.
We lost
for
our
orders.
turned servant
orders?
counselor, so you're going to go find the easiest to turn. And you're going to try turning them. And
I'll
probably
make an
succeed,
offer they
because you've
can't
got
refuse.
25 persuasion.
Standing by.
You're going to give them the deal they can't refuse. Actually, should probably work from bottom down. In places
Going
we
in
own.
hot.
Okay, Devolved Space Command will be done soon. Before I get too buried into it, this is probably a good place to put a part break in. We're coming off on about the hour marks. This is where I usually put the part break in. If you're watching YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. We're going to keep playing. We're going to do at least 3 more parts tonight. I think our space resources and maybe our money will get balanced in the next one when those space assets come online. And or the aliens destroy them. One of the two. We're definitely... It's not that we're not producing stuff, it's that it's getting spent. We're spending it quicker than we're making it. Yeah. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break. I need to get up and stretch the legs. I'll be right back in a short bit. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.